Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Just moments away from the start of Game 2 here between ICC and Snead State. If you're just now joining us, in the first game of the day, Snead State rallied to win 6-3 in Game 1. So ICC looking to bounce back and see if they can earn a split this afternoon here in Game 2. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've got a very special guest joining me in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth as we wait for this first pitch. It comes your way at 4:19. Well, he goes by many names, but the most name that everybody knows him by is Big Fitty up here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. And Fitty, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
That pitch missing low for a ball. 2-0 is the count. Julius Shaw in the circle here for ICC. This is Martin to start it off here for Snead here in Game 2. Swing and a miss for strike one. Well, what'd you think about Game 1?
They rallied. Snead State rallied to come back. They played a heck of a ball game. The big 4 hits they had in the 6th inning, I think it was, really brought them, really showed they had.
Wow.
Nice play.
Well, it was a great effort there by Smith on the diving play. Couldn't make it, but a good job by Turner to follow her up and get that one out. That's going to be an early nominee for our What a Play Wednesday, brought to you by Renaissance Bank. You know, it's going to take those type of efforts to come back and try to find a way to split this Game 2 here.
Don't have to.
So now this is going to be, I believe, Latta coming to the plate. Spells it L-A-T-T-A. Batting in that 2 spot. She did not play in the first game of the day. As there's a swing and a miss for strike one. So Julia Shaw in the circle getting the start here in Game 1.
You know, Mr. Gore, I like her pitching style. She have a very accurate curve ball and an off-speed pitch. I like that.
And so we'll see how well that works for her. And she does go with that off-speed, just missing low for a ball. If you're just now joining us, Big Fitty here with us in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. Fitty will be an alumni after this season. He's a sophomore here at ICC.
I'm going to miss it here.
Well, you can always come back now.
See, I plan on it, but I plan on coming to the big games like Northeast versus ICC, basketball, football. My little cousin, Zay Dilworth, he played for the ICC football team.
And the good thing is, when you're not here, you can always watch it on Let's Go ICC TV.
Yes, sir.
That last pitch in there for a strike, nearly knocking McLean back after the fastball. So 1-2 now is the count. 1 out here in the top of the first. That pitch missing outside. 2-2 now is the count. We'll spin you around the infield real quick for the Indians. Third baseman Smith. Turner is at shortstop. Cooper is at second and Stegall at first. We give you the outfield after this pitch. Is that one just missing low? Ooh, look good.
Look real good there.
You've got Martin in left field, Sammy Day Jones in center field, and Beckley out there in right field. That is your defensive alignment brought to you by Coke here for game 2. So the 3-2 pitch on its way. Swung on and missed for strike 3.
Great pitch.
Clutch Renaissance Bank strikeout there. Second out of the inning, and now this will bring Salford to the plate. 2 outs now.
Beckley is a heck of an athlete, though. She just got off the basketball down in the diamond. I love that.
And that's the crazy thing about it. A lot of people don't realize that's less than 2 weeks.
Less than 2 weeks.
She basically jumped off the hardwood and right onto the dirt out here. Is that pitch high for a ball? She's out of Pontotoc. Typically, she played shortstop some, and she did play that against Coahoma the other day, but it's been in right field today. 1-0 is the count. 2 away here. Shaw's pitch on this way. That one's going to miss low. 2-0 now is the count. Well, Snead won the first game 6-3. They scored 4 runs in the top of the 6th, 2 in the top of the 7th to be able to get that rally for the win. As this pitch popped up, it's going to get back and out of play. 2-1 now is the count. 50, was you here earlier when the football team and the ball came filing back in the net? They all jumped out of the way?
Yes, sir, that was me.
Oh, that was you? Okay.
That was me. And Coach Lucas said, I know you see the net right there. I'm still scared. That's my first instinct.
So the 2-1 pitch coming here. This one fouled back. 2-2 now is the count. What do you think about the new facility out here they built? This is really nice.
I love it. I love the little bleachers, give off a NCAA softball field.
So that pitch fouled back. 2-2 now is the count with 2 outs here in the top of the first. Shaw looking for another Renaissance Bank strikeout, but instead that pitch missing low. 3-2 now is the count to Salford. She did not play in game 1 as well. So now she'll dig in with a full count. 3-2. Shaw getting the signal, now set to deliver. Swinging and a miss for strike 3. Back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts there for Shaw, and that's clutch as that will bring the top of the first inning to a close. Let's keep it here real quick and introduce you to today's starting lineups for both squads as we'll head to the bottom of the second, no score. We've already introduced you to the first 3 batters. These starting lineups being brought to you by Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works. Martin, Latta, and Swayford were your first 3 batters. Hood, Perry, Bowling, Barber, Slayton, and Knight is the batters there. I believe it's Martyrer who will be the flex player. I'm going to have to go and get the positions. I forgot to write those down, so I'll give you those as well. So Martin is in left field. You've got Latta at second. Swayford is catching. DP is Ella Grace Hood. First base is Perry. And then third base is Bowling. Barber is shortstop. Slayton is in center field. And then Knight is in right field. Your flex, as we said, I believe I'm saying this name wrong, but Martyrer, she's wearing number 14. She's the pitcher here in game 2. For ICC, pretty much similar lineup as game 1. Hallie Turner, the shortstop. Sammy Day Jones in center field. Smith is at third base. Riley Tyree is the DP. Catching is McLean. Beckley is in right field. Stegall is at first base. Martin is in left field, and Cooper is the second baseman. Julia Shaw is the flex, and she is pitching. So it'll be Hallie Turner to start things off here in the bottom of the first inning. Again, being joined by Big Fitty here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. Remind you, if you'd like to contribute to Itawamba Community College, you can do so by visiting iccms.edu/foundation. So Turner getting set to start us off here. Listen to that first pitch in there for a strike. Well, Turner had a tough game 1, 0 for 4, and hit into a pair of Little Caesars double plays, looking to redeem herself here in game 2. Listen to that pitch low for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. 50, you'll be here Sunday?
Yes, sir. Probably when I get out work.
Softball to be here Sunday, as that game was originally scheduled for Saturday, but due to rain, that one's been pushed back to a 12 o'clock start against Pearl River.
Great hit.
And a nice start to the contest there. As we mentioned, Turner hitless in game one, starting us off with a single here in game two. A clutch hit there to start things by Turner. So we're in the bottom of the first. There's still no score here. And this is going to be Sammy Day Jones coming to the plate. Sammy Day also a little unlucky there in game one. She was 0 for 3, but everything she hit was great defensive plays to rob her of some hits. As she tries to lay that bunt down, it goes foul for strike one. A couple of nice running catches out there in left field by Martin in game one, and then a blistering shot that went right to the shortstop, who didn't really have to jump but caught it above her head to rob her of what could have been an extra base hit as well. So 0-1 is the count now after that bunt was laid down. And that pitch high and outside, 1-1 now is the count.
Mr. Gore, you think that ball be hurting that glove?
There's no doubt. You hear how loud that thing pops.
Yeah, it's like that big old ball in that small, tiny glove. I know that hurt. My mom used to play softball, too.
As that pitch going to miss inside, 2-1 now is the count. What if we set it up one day where you come out here and try to catch it?
I will.
Okay.
I will.
Because you think about it, man, these pitches, a lot of these girls, you're saying, well, they're only throwing 60, but they're a lot closer than baseball, so about 60.
A lot closer.
Yeah. That pitch missing low.
And my mom played softball. I used to love going to watch her games. But I used to get a ball. Me and my brother used to throw kits. It used to hurt so bad.
I imagine so. You braver than I am. I'm not getting behind the plate to try to catch that thing. 3-1 pitch on its way. This one lifted up. Left fielder's going to come charging in and makes the play. As that one a fly out, as I thought for a second might have had a chance to drop, but unfortunately drops right in the glove of the left fielder for out number one. And now this will bring Jesse Smith to the plate. The wind is dying down a lot here in game two versus the way it was blowing in game one. And Jesse's one of those that if she gets a hold of one, she can put it a mile. So 1 out and a runner at first. No score here in the bottom of the first. Game two between ICC and Snead. Jesse gets that one over the head of the third baseman, and that drop for a base hit. Nice job putting them where they ain't that time. Second hit of the game for the Indians. And now this will be Riley Tyree, the DP, coming to the plate. Well, a good start to the contest here. After kind of a disappointing finish to game one, good to see ICC's bats heating up early here. So Tyree, as we mentioned, the DP in that 4 spot. Looks at that pitch, and it's outside for a ball. 50, how hard do you think it is to hit a softball? Think you can do it?
I think I can. I used to play baseball, so I think I can.
It's always been a big debate. As there's a grounder, third baseman. Oh, misses it. E5.
Error.
Well, now the bases are loaded here for the Indians. And now this will be McLean coming to the plate. She's catching here in game two. And, boy, I tell you what, this is a big-time opportunity for the Indians to try to put a run on the board.
If she get a hold of one, Mr. Gore, it can go very far.
Well, hopefully that'll be the case right here for the ICC fans watching at home. We do want to welcome those that are watching in favor of Snead State this afternoon. Is that fastball in there, missing for a ball. Looked pretty good, but instead he said it was a little bit too far outside. 1-0 is the count. Bases full of Indians with 1 out here. ICC needs to cash in on this bases-loaded opportunity here. McLean at the plate. That pitch missing low and outside. 2-0 now is the count. If McLean were to reach, then Beckley would be up next for the Indians. She's batting in that 6th spot. That pitch, again, outside. Man, that looked like 2 good pitches, but the umpire apparently doesn't like that outside corner as of yet, so 3-0 is the count. Imagine the red light would be on here for McLean to see if she might be able to walk in and run here. And she does. Clutch for the Indians to get that first run across the board. Bases still loaded with 1 out. So a bases loaded walk issued to McLean, one of the easiest RBIs you could get in the game today. Turner comes across to score, and now this will be Beckley coming to the plate. One out as Snead kind of gathers up there in the circle to kind of get refocused here. You got bases loaded for ICC, still one out here. We're in the bottom of the first in game 2. Beckley, as we mentioned, a two-sport star here at ICC. Just basically transferring from basketball to softball. Is that pitch high for a ball here to Beckley? One out in the inning. Beckley playing in right field, batting in the 6th spot.
You know, last game she used the left hand. Now she's using the right hand.
So it might be one of those situations, that pitch in there for a strike. Since bases are loaded, maybe wanting to bat for a little bit more power than speed in this situation. But that is a good eye. I didn't realize that. So 1-1 now is the count with one out. That pitch in there for a strike. And so now Martyr has sort of settled in and found that zone now. 1-2 is the count here to Beckley. Bases loaded for the Indians. They've already pushed across one run with a bases loaded walk issued to McLean. Beckley rips this one to the right side, and that's going to drop for a hit. And it's just going to score one run, and so that'll be an RBI single off the bat of Beckley. Nice job there after two pitches that she didn't feel like were called strikes, but she was able to get that one down and get the run, and ICC now leads this one 2-0. And this will be Stegall, the first baseman, coming to the plate. She had a double in the first game of the day. Looks at that pitch low and inside for a ball. Bases still loaded here. ICC leads it 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. 50, this is the answer the girls needed after, giving up those late runs, wanted to come back and get something positive started early.
Yes, sir.
That's a foul ball after it bounces off the foot of Stegall. 1-1 now is the count.
You think that ball hurt?
I know that hurts. That's the reason why Sadie's tougher than I am. Of course, she's another two-sport star. She was on the volleyball team. So 1-1 now is the count. Stegall fouls this one back. It's off the netting, so we'll go 1-2 now.
I didn't know she played volleyball.
Mm-hmm. Freshman out of Pontotoc. Look at her. She's a tall kid.
Mm-hmm.
So
very tall.
So 1-2 now is the count here to Sadie. And, foul that one off, and thank goodness she's wearing the mask. As Sadie kind of laughing that one off. And she's beating herself up. She fouled one off her foot and then fouled that one right back into her mask.
Tough kid.
Yes, very tough. So waiting the 1-2 pitch here. Fouls this one back, and we'll stay at 1-2 once again. Good crowd out at the ballpark today. Still see some more students making their way out. Glad these clouds moved in because it was hotter earlier today. So waiting the 1-2 pitch here to Stegall. That one goes high, and a great job by the catcher. That was Swayford to jump up and get that one. So now the 2-2 count. There's a ground ball. First baseman bobbles it. It's going to be a foot race, and she's there. Another error, E3 on the play, and the run will score. So ICC able to cash in on the error earlier, and now they lead this one 3-0 after that one was kind of bobbled over there at first base. Stegall reaches on the error, and now this will bring Martin to the plate. Martin playing in left field. Is that pitch at the knees, but called a strike. 50, if I put you on the 30-yard line, I'll put you at the 40-yard line, and her at the goal line, who's going to win the race?
She is. Now, if you have that backwards, I would definitely win.
Because there's a ground ball. Second baseman can't find it and can't get the throw over. And now there's going to be a play at the plate, and she's safe. All sorts of madness there as ICC pushes the run across as the ball was bobbled by the second baseman, but still had enough time to get the throw. As Tamaya, we talked about that speed. She was able to get that one and beat it out. And so now ICC with the start they needed as they're up 5-0 here. Only one out in the inning, and this is going to be the number 9 batter coming to the plate. This is going to be Cooper, the second baseman. So Martin is at second. Seagull is at third. McLean and Beckley came across to score on that last transaction. Of course, we'll have to go to Game Changer in the exchange of the inning to see how they ruled that one. As Cooper rips this one and it's batted down but caught. What a play over there at second. She knocked it down, was able to keep it in front of her and reel that one in.
She caught that. Athletic.
Yes. Looking like Big Fitty out there at second.
You know what? I played third, first, second, and short in high school. She most definitely didn't look like me.
So now back to the top of the lineup with Turner, who started us off with the single here. As that pitch missing low and inside for a ball. So 1-0 is the count. There's now 2 outs in the inning. ICC is bust open for a 5-run bottom of the first so far. Turner turns on that one, fouls it back and out of play. 1-1 now is the count. If Turner were to reach, and to be Day Jones up next. Runner still on second and third. Plenty of speed on the bases now for the Indians. As Turner pulls that one down the third baseline. Throw across the way is in time for the out. 5-3 for those of you scoring at home, but the Indians do put 5 runs on the board. We're going to take the timeout with them and be back with more right after this.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the top of the second inning. ICC with a big 5-run bottom of the first. We go back and talk about that play by Martin. It was officially ruled an error on the play, so that was the third error of the inning for Snead. So ICC scored 5 runs on 3 hits, 3 errors, and 2 left on base. Is that pitch in there for a strike, as this is Shaw still in the circle here. Well, that was big for the Indians to come up and get those 5 runs. Really helps Julia work a little bit easier in that circle. There's a shot, and it's going to be popped up, and the shortstop will find it for out number 1. So now that was Hood at the plate. She was the DP. This will bring Perry, the first baseman, to the plate here for Snead in game 2. So Hood, Perry, and Bowling scheduled up here. 1 out and nobody on. Perry at the plate. Swings at the first one, couldn't catch up with the fastball, strike 1. So 0-1 the count here to Perry. 1 out, nobody on. We're in game 2. ICC trying to bounce back after dropping a 6-3 decision in the first game of the afternoon. Shaw set to deliver. That one in the dirt. 1-1 now is the count. Well, 50, tell more people about you. Where are you from?
I'm from Oklahoma, Mississippi. I graduated from Oklahoma High School. I have 2 siblings. And yes, I go to church at Jolly Chapel Missionary Baptist Church in Oklahoma, Mississippi.
Okay. I'm a Calhoun County guy, so I'm familiar with the Oklahoma area.
Chickasaw County.
There you go. Used to, back in my TV days, I used to cover Oklahoma back when Coach Ford was coaching. There's swinging strike 2.
He taught my mama, actually.
Really?
And coached her, I think.
Okay. 2-2 now is the count to Perry, who is at the plate. Shaw looking for her 3rd Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. Pitch is on its way, and there it is. As she committed to the swing. 50, talk about that as a student. You know, that's one thing, we've got great student support here. As you might have just heard that student kind of yell at the strike 3. Just what does it mean to be an ICC student, get out and support these athletes?
That's love. Like, we all on campus, like, we support one another. We love each other. You know, we can get out anytime we get. You know what I'm saying? I love being around the athletics. I love being around the students. Great environment, great community. Like the slogan, the best start here. It actually does.
And, of course, that's one thing you're going to look to go into at Ole Miss next year.
Yes, sir.
So, wish you the best of luck. I know you're going to do good out there at Ole Miss.
Yes, sir.
That pitch missing low for a ball. This one popped up. It's going to get back out of play. 1-1 now is the count.
See, that scared me. We got the net and the new facility. I'm scared.
And the bad thing is we ain't going to be able to see the ball if it comes down on top of us with the net.
Oh, Lord.
So hopefully this tent's strong enough to keep it from coming through. So the 1-1 pitch coming here. That one missing outside. Yep, 2-1 now is the count. You ever been hit by a foul ball before?
Yes, sir. I've been hit by plenty of balls in baseball.
So waiting the 2-1 pitch here from Shaw. This one foul back off the netting. 2-2 now is the count. You know Mr. CJ, right?
Yes, sir.
His son was out here, I guess 1 weekend ago or something, and one of them, somebody hit a foul ball that caught him on the side of the arm.
I love Mr. CJ. Every time he see me, he can take a picture.
See, he's smart. He puts the good-looking ones in front of the camera.
Yeah.
He don't ever take pictures of me.
He should.
3-2 now. It's the count with 2 outs here. Shaw trying to get out of this inning with no damage done. This pitch popped up. Shortstop calling everyone off, and we'll squeeze it for the out. And it's 3 up, 3 down once again there in the top of the second. We'll take the timeout, come back with the bottom half of the second. ICC leads it 5-0. Back with more right after this.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next?
What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Here's your Little Caesar slices and sticks, half Italian cheese sticks, half pepperoni pizza. It's the world's greatest combination.
Carl? How could you? Sorry, PB&J. I wanted to try new things.
Oh, no. 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 No!
Have some for yourself.
Yes.
No! Get hot and ready slices and sticks for $6.99. Walk in and walk out between 4 and 8 p.m.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all missed it. I had the mic on mute, but Big Fitty up here singing during the break, breaking it down. That's going to be Sammy Day Jones, Smith, and McLean scheduled up here for the Indians. Yeah, that's one thing we talked about. You know, we talked about the students coming out. That's what makes ICC special.
Yes, sir.
Like, you know, you saw the softball players, all of us getting into it, or not us, I wasn't. All the students getting into it. I'm too old to do that. But, you know, when you have that type of atmosphere, that really gives you that family vibe that we have here at ICC.
And it's been like this since the first football game. Like when we played Jones here, the student section was packed. Like you couldn't even move around. And ever since then, we all come together as a family.
As that pitch high for a ball, 2-0 now is the count here on Sammy Day Jones. She flew out to left field in her only at bat so far here in game 2.
Coach Ernest just looked so cool out there.
Even she was dancing. Now, you talked about it. You had her for a class last year.
Yes, sir. Intro to business. Like, one of the best teachers I've had since I've been up here. Don't get me wrong. It's a good professors up here. But, like, Coach Ernest, I actually love her. Like, she taught. She taught now.
Mm-hmm. And really, that's really all the teachers. Like, they care about you as a student because they want you to be successful in the classroom. Because if you work hard, they're going to work hard for you.
Yes, sir. And, like, my science teacher, Mr. Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
I love him, but he's just hard.
Hey, look, I'm right there with you. I'm not a science guy. So that was a single by Day Jones to start the inning. And this will bring Smith to the plate. Smith singled in her only appearance so far. She did come around to score part of that 5-run bottom of the 5th inning there. ICC trying to earn the split with Snead here in game 2. As Smith hammers this one, right fielder going to go back and see you later. A 2-run home run off the bat of Jessie Smith.
And you said it. If she get a hold to it, it's going a mile.
And that one did big time there as Jessie kind of having to wait for Sammy to get out of the day. Sammy Day to get out of the way for her to come around the bases. And a big 2-run home run there off the bat of Jessie Smith. And so now 7-0 ICC with the lead here in game 2. And we talked about it in between games off the air. ICC needed something positive in a big way to start, to bounce back after letting that first game get away from them. Man, you couldn't ask for a better start.
Couldn't ask for it.
And now this is Thompson at the plate. She's batting in place of Tyree.
She's a nominee for Water Play Wednesday, ain't it?
Yep. She's done a couple of Water Play Wednesdays. We're going to get you on Water Play Wednesday. As that pitch missing low for a ball. 1-1 now is the count here to Emma Rose.
You know what I like about softball?
What's that?
The little chance they got when you, like, throw a ball.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. And the errors, stuff like that, I love it.
And this pitch popped up. Catcher's going to go back and make the play for out number 1. That's a tough play for a catcher to turn around that quickly and find the ball and be able to reel it in for the out. And so now this will bring McLean to the plate. She walked and drove in a run with bases loaded in her last at bat. And so now Chloe will dig in. Now this is the other one you said that if she gets a hold of it, she can put it a mile.
Yes, sir.
Listen to that first pitch low for a ball.
The sound of that glove is just scaring me. Like her hand do not hurt.
I guess, you do it so much, you just kind of get used to it.
Ooh.
That pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. And the crazy thing about it is you think about it. Now, she didn't catch game 1, but most of the time you got a catcher that catches game 1 and game 2.
Hand be just red. Like.
That pitch.
Ooh, great pitch.
Called a strike. 1-2 now is the count here to McLean. She's the catcher for ICC. She caught game 1, catching game 2 here. So now she's going to have to choke up and guard the dish with a 1-2 count. That pitch high, 2-2 now is the count here. McLean and then Beckley is on deck. There's one out in the inning. It was a 2-run home run by Smith that made it a 7-0 contest. 2-2 is the count here to McLean. She pops this one up. Oh, she's upset. She knows she just missed that one. Center fielder will come over and get the out. Yeah, you can kind of tell by the way she reacted. She realized that she got under that one. So with 2 outs in the inning now, this is going to be Allie Beckley coming back to the plate. And as you mentioned, Fitty, she in their first at-bat batted right-handed, now switching back to the left side.
Going left-handed.
So Beckley will dig in with 2 outs and nobody on here. Stegall is on deck. And that pitch missing low for a ball. 1-0 is the count here to Beckley. She had an RBI single and scored a run, part of that 5-run bottom of the first inning. ICC up 7-0 here in game 2. Thought about that one, pulls back, takes it for a ball. 2-0 now is the count here to Beckley. She's playing in right field.
In this sport, you got to have a great mindset, a quick mind at that.
Yes. As that's going to be popped up at the third baseman in the right spot at the right time to collect that one for the out. But the Indians do add 2 more runs to the board off a 2-run home run by Jesse Smith. It's 7-0 after 2 complete here in Game 2. We'll take the break here from Renaissance Bank and be back with more right after this.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the third inning. ICC leading at 7-0 here. We do have some defensive changes here. Looks like Avery Wolf has come in to take over at third base for the Indians. As Shaw taking her warm-up tosses here. Looks like that might be the only change. That change being brought to you by Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works. ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination. And Coach Ernest and Coach Hawk hope they keep things going in the direction here. But as we saw in that first game today, this Snead State team is one of those you can't count out. Their bats can heat up in a hurry. So it will be the 7, 8, 9 batters coming to the plate here for Snead. And I've got this as Barber coming to the plate. We're in the top of the third, 7-0 ICC with the lead. Swing and a miss for strike one. So 0-1 is the count. Adam Gore, Big Fitty here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. If you'd like to help support ICC softball, visit iccms.edu/Indian Club. As that's a swing and a miss, strike two. That's iccms.edu/Indian Club. You can select softball and donate to the softball team. Or if you enjoyed today's broadcast, you can support the sports information team by selecting sports information there on the Indian Club link. So 0-2 is the count here to Barber. She's playing shortstop. Looks at that pitch low. Not a bad spot to miss with a pitch to throw away. Starting to hear the Snead State dugout getting fired up a little bit over there. 1-2 now is the count here to Barber. Shaw getting set to deliver the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike three.
That was a very good cut.
Just couldn't catch up with the rise ball there, as that's going to be the fourth Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. Renaissance Bank, they are the bank that understands you. You can find out why by visiting renaissancebank.com. So now this will be Slayton. She's the one that got it started for Snead in game one. She had a single that sparked that 4-run sixth inning. As she takes that first pitch in there for a strike from Shaw. I believe Shaw will continue her softball and academic career at William Carey down at Hattiesburg next season. And she's ahead in the count here, 0-1 to Slayton.
Is this the conference game?
It is not. Conference games start back on Sunday when we host Pearl River. This was a game that was scheduled earlier in the season and got remade. So now the count is 1-1 here to Slayton. That pitch just high and outside. 2-1 now is the count. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. Slayton at the plate. Nobody on the bags here for Snead. She's the 8th batter of the contest. Hammers that one, but it's going to get foul and out of play. 2-2 now is the count. 50, did you go to the paint thing last night?
I was out there.
How did that go?
Everybody was just colorful.
That's something very unique that you get to do here as this pitch popped up. Right fielder's going to go over. Beckley counts back and squeezes it for the out. That's one thing, too. You know, we talked about, students able to come to the games, but ICC does a really good job of giving y'all opportunities to experience a lot of different things that you may not get the opportunities before, especially like last night's, I forgot what it's called. What was it called?
Paint the Tribe.
Paint the Tribe. Tell everybody what that was.
It was like we all bunched up in a little inside room.
Kind of like in that little tent area out there where you can see on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it was in that.
We was all like there. We was out there with paint, and you just throw paint on each other. It's very fun.
Yeah, well, I saw some pictures from it and some videos, and it looked like it was a pretty good time.
It was very colorful. Like, it was all type of colors.
Uh-huh.
I know I seen one guy walk out of there. He had been drowned in red, blue, yellow, green, purple, orange.
And he was probably the one that had the biggest time of them all.
Had a blast.
2-0 now is the count as that pitch goes low. You have to sign autographs after this thing, so everybody taking pictures of you throughout the whole thing. 2-0 pitch. Nice job taking some off of that one. That's what you talked about, that off-speed pitch she's got. She can throw it well for strikes. So 2-1 now is the count, as this is Knight at the plate. That one just missing low. 3-1 now is the count to Knight. So 3 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Knight batting in that 9 spot, also playing in the 9 position out there in right field. So waiting the 3-1 pitch here from Shaw. And that's going to be a walk. Borderline pitch, just couldn't get the call. That's going to be the first walk of the evening there by Shaw.
They called you think nobody was going to get on base, did he? She been over there chilling.
So now they get to coach over there at first. And this will bring Martin back to the plate. She grounded out to the shortstop in her first at bat of the game. She'll dig in with 2 outs and a runner at first. 7-0 is the score. Swings on the first one, fouls it back. Strike 1.
We have some students jumping.
More of them out there again. I'll say this, you can see it on the first camera, but this is what you're looking at. When you go to the wide camera, you can see it a little bit, but if by the time you look up and locate the ball, you don't think about that net being there.
Mm-mm. I can feel for people that's watching this in their TV in the living room, just jumping on the couch.
We have had a couple of times where somebody will foul it back and it come right back at the camera.
Yeah.
It looks pretty cool. That pitch missing for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. There is a runner at first here for Snead. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. This pitch popped up. It's off the netting. And now to go 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Indians looking for the exit. Snead trying to spark a 2-out rally here in the top of the 3rd. Martin waiting Shaw's 1-2 pitch here. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Another clutch Renaissance Bank strikeout there, the 5th of the game for Shaw. We'll take a timeout. Let's hear from Renaissance Bank and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guarantee Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
A karaoke night has broke out here at the ballpark as everybody's singing along there in between the innings as we head now to the bottom of the third. New pitcher in the game here for Snead, as it'll be number 22. This is going to be Hood, who was originally the DP, coming in to pitch now here for Snead State. She'll be greeted by Stegall, Martin, and Cooper. The 7, 8, 9 batters due up here in the bottom of the third. ICC leading this one 7-0. And what has honestly been a fun atmosphere here in game two, as this pitch fouled back for strike one. Be honest with you, you wouldn't think we lost the first game of the day, the way the girls have responded.
I wouldn't think that. I wouldn't thought that either.
So it's good to see them have some good attitudes, stay fired up here in game two.
They're very positive right now. Like, the energy there, I love it.
Hopefully that's something they'll be able to keep up once they get back into conference play, keep that energy high, because, boy, this is a tough conference we play in. And just a beautiful off-speed pitch. And got her swinging. They dropped the ball, but was able to tag her out. So that will be the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day there for Hood. And so with one out in the inning, this is going to be Martin coming to the plate. She reached on an error, but was left stranded back in the first inning. That pitch high for a ball, 1-0 is the count. So you think you can beat her in a foot race?
Yes, sir. If I'm at the goal line, she's at the 40, yes. I think I have a chance.
No. I'm not talking about like you starting at the goal line,
that
goal line. I'm talking about you start at the – I'll give you the 40 and her the goal line, going to the opposite goal line.
Oh, yes.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We may have to set that up one day.
We should do a students versus like the football team, a softball game or something like that.
That would be pretty wild.
That would be pretty fun.
2-1 now is the count. Lays the bunt down. Third baseman gets it, throw across the way, and never saw it, but so he called her out. 5-3 on the putout.
You think she was out, Mr. Gore?
It was close.
I think her foot, like her toe, like her tip of the toe,
got there.
Touched the bag.
Yep. So now this will be Cooper coming to the plate. With 2 outs and nobody on, Cooper rips that one, but it goes foul. And Coach Ernest looking like she's playing soccer out there, able to knock that one down. 0-1 is the count. Cooper lined out to the second baseman back in the first inning. So looking to redeem herself here with the base hit. That pitch high for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. So are you paying attention to her walkout song? Where do you think she's from?
I have no idea where she's from.
This ball popped up to right field. Cooper is from Louisiana as that pitch reeled in there in the end.
Oh, she is from Louisiana.
3 up, 3 down inning there in the top of the third, or excuse me, bottom of the third. 7-0 ICC still with the lead. We'll take the break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Ankle sprains are one of the most common sports injuries, with an estimated 25,000 occurring every day in the United States. Sprains can happen with any sport, including just walking across the yard. Ankle sprains are most common in ball sports such as basketball, soccer, volleyball, and others. As with any injury, your body quickly sends blood to start healing the process, which leads to the swelling. Rest, ice, compression, elevation, known as RICE, is a good way to treat an ankle sprain. This decreases the swelling, lessens your pain, and allows your body to heal the injury. Studies have shown that the sooner you return to activity, the better and typically the faster you will recover. Depending on the amount of injury to the ligaments, it may be days, weeks, or even months to return to high-intensity sports. Sometimes recovery may be slow, but if it gets better day by day or week by week, you are on the right path. If the ankle seems to stop improving and you just can't get back to your activities, then it's time to come see us at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. Remember, our story is you.
Guarantee Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guarantee Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back now as we head to the top of the fourth inning. ICC leading this one 7-0 in Game 2 over Snead State, trying to earn the split this afternoon after dropping a 6-3 decision in Game 1. Adam Gore, Big 50 here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. It'll be the 2, 3, 4 batters due up here. Lotta, Swayford, and Hood for Snead State. Don't know that there was any changes.
Yeah, AB came out.
Okay, so we got a new right fielder.
She's center field.
Okay.
It's number 9,
Okay.
Brianna.
Gotcha. So Clemens in the game now. Is that first pitch across for a strike?
She's so tiny.
But loud.
Yeah.
That's one thing I always say about Bri. Somebody asked me about Bri. I'm like, look, if you can't laugh and smile when you're around Bri, then you just don't know how to laugh and smile. Ouch.
Very energetic.
As that pitch fouled back and was actually off the umpire's shoulder as well. He says he's good. Yes, she's very energetic. She's one of those people you need on the team. That's somebody that always picks you up, keeps you fired up during a game. She's out there in center field now, here in the top of the fourth. 0-2 is the count to Lotta. She's playing second base here for Snead State in Game 2. That pitch high and outside for a ball. 1-2 now is the count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and no outs. 7-0 ICC with the lead here in the top of the fourth. Lotta struck out swinging in her first at bat, trying to avoid the same here, and can't do so.
Great cut. She just got to meet it there.
As that's going to be the 6th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game for Shaw. As you said, great cut, just took her eye off the prize.
What's her average number of strikeouts she'd have had this year? Do you know?
I would say she's probably around 4.5, maybe 5 a game. So she's up a little bit on that today.
She pitching right now. Like, I love that.
And so now this will be Swayford at the plate. She had 8 in her last outing against Coahoma. And so she's just 2 away from matching that today.
I'll be on TikTok watching softball highlights. And them girls on TikTok, they really be pitching the ball so fast and hard.
That is true. Like we talked about earlier, somebody say, well, they're only throwing 60, they're only throwing 70. Well, they're throwing it 30 foot closer than a baseball. So really and truly, 60 is about 90.
In baseball?
Yes.
Yes.
I couldn't hit anything 60 in baseball, let alone probably 30 in softball. 1-1 now is the count with 1 out. Swayford at the dish. She's catching here in Game 2. A little off-speed pitch, and called that one at the knees for a strike. Looked like a break there for the Indians. That one looked a little low, but we'll take it. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out.
When the refs be on your side, that'd be fun until you go down somewhere else.
Yep.
And they on the other team's side.
Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Great pitch.
Had her totally confused on that one. Again, as you talked about before the game, Shaw likes that all-speed stuff, and that was another all-speed pitch. Got her chasing for strike 3.
She went back-to-back with it, too.
That is actually, go back to the last inning. She struck out 3 in a row now. And so now this will be Hood at the plate. She started off as a DP, but now pitching in the game. Thought about that first one. It misses low for a ball. 1-0 is the count. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. We're in the top of the 4th inning. ICC leading this one 7-0. Fitty, your crew leaving. You going to roll with them?
Nah, I'm going to stay here.
I thought you was going to sell me out. That makes me feel good. Swing and a miss for strike 1. 1-1 now is the count. Here to Hood. She lined out to the shortstop in her only at bat so far. So the 1-1 pitch coming. This one fouled back. 1-2 now is the count. Home plate umpire kind of took his hat off and looking up here as if he was trying to figure out where the ball went. As long as you don't see me and Fitty diving out of the way, you know you're safe. So the count now goes 1-2 here with 2 outs. Hood at the plate. Nobody on base here for the Parsons. Awaiting the 1-2 pitch. This one lifted. Could be trouble, but no. There is a nice play by Turner to come out and catch that one over her shoulder. 3 up, 3 down. Once again, go the Parsons in the 4th. ICC leads it 7-0. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also an expert cartographer, an amateur alchemist, a surprisingly gifted poet.
What rhymes with encroachment?
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We head now to the bottom of the 4th inning. I'm Adam Gore. That's Big Fitty joining us here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. Fitty, I want to ask you this question. I always like to get this point of view from students. If there's a student listening now, why should they come to ICC?
The atmosphere, the students, the people here. Like, it's just the people here. Like, when they say the best start here, it truly does. Like, you get to meet some of the coolest people on earth. Some people that act like you that you even know existed, you know what I'm saying?
As this pitch is going to be fouled back, this is Turner starting us off here. And if somebody had to ask you about the teachers, like, how would you describe the teachers you've had experiences with so far?
Some are hard and some are easy. Some going to work with you. You just got to get the good ones.
Mm-hmm.
My favorites are Mr. Campbell. My math teacher was Miss Miller. She left and went back to Tupelo.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Coach Pate, but he's going to retire. So
that's a flying ball out to center field. Yeah, Coach Pate is retired. What'd you take under Coach Pate?
Basketball theory.
Okay. That makes sense. He was a basketball coach.
I got the baseball coach, too, with baseball theory.
Got Coach Collier.
Yes, sir.
They'll be in action Saturday down at Pearl River. As now this is going to be Clemens at the plate. And takes that first pitch low for a ball. So 1-0 is the count here to Bri Clemens. She's playing in center field, batting in place of Day Jones. Is that pitch high for a ball? What would you say one of your favorite memories so far at ICC's been?
George Marshall. When he crossed one of the Northeast players and hit the biggest three-pointer of that game, I love that memory.
I remember that when I kind of lost myself in the broadcast on that
one.
2-1 is the count as that pitch in there for a strike. And, wow, that one called a strike as well. 2-2 now is the count here on Clemens. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on base here in the bottom of the 4th. That pitch up high. Now the count goes full here to Bri. I need to get up with Bri because during sophomore day, there were 2 or 3 people who said their favorite memory was saving her out of the Tom Bigby waterway as she swings and misses for strike 3 when they went swimming in the waterway. Said they had to pull her out of the water. So I need to find out more on that story. See what that might be. Second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game there for Hood. And now this is going to be Wolf coming to the plate. Wolf will be batting in the place of Smith, who hit a 2-run home run in her last at-bat. Coach Ernest getting an opportunity for everybody to get in here and get some at-bats as that pitch in there for a strike. I tell you what, Hood has come in and pitched well. She's filling up the strike zone.
You know, when I see Coach Macon, he's like, I'm more on the social media page than he is.
That's what you do. You get active, you get out and things like that. People get to know who you are, and especially people like Natalie, because she takes pictures at events.
Yeah, Natalie loves taking pictures of me.
That's the reason why you're nice to Natalie.
Great
this pitch
hit.
hit hard, deep, and it's out of here. Wolf with the solo home run. Avery rips that one out to left on a rope, and it's now 8-0 ICC. Big time shot there off the bat of Wolf. And
the smallest person out there booming.
And the funniest thing is Avery's probably one of the quietest ones on the team, and she was able to put a spark into that one. It's now 8-0 ICC here in the bottom of the fourth, and this is going to be Thompson coming back to the plate. She popped up in foul territory and was put out by the catcher in her last at bat. Swings on this first pitch, pops it up, and this one's got a chance. It's back, and it's gone. Back-to-back jacks by the Indians as Emma Rose touches them all and puts it out of the ballpark.
Hey, Mr. Gore.
Yes, sir.
I'm just realizing this. Natalie is eating rice with ketchup. Are you serious?
Unique folks have unique taste, I guess. But I tell you what, though, here's the thing, though. She brought that food out here. We just hit back-to-back home runs. It might be lucky.
Hey.
You better try that before your next test.
Hey, I'm going to have to.
So back-to-back home runs by the Indians makes it 9-0 now, and this is going to be McLean coming back to the plate. Still 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. ICC leading at 9-0. McLean looks at that pitch in there for a strike. You like me back in the day, anything to give me an edge on a test, some good luck. If you told me rice and ketchup was good luck, I'd be eating it twice.
What?
There you go. This pitch popped up. Shortstop's going to call everyone off, and we'll squeeze it for the out, but not before back-to-back home runs off the bat of Wolf and Thompson make it 9-0 as we'll head to the fifth. ICC 3 outs away from calling it early here in Game 2. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the fifth inning. 9-0 ICC, as this should be number 30 coming to the plate. Perry is who I've got. Yep, Perry, Bowling, and Barber scheduled up here. ICC up 9-0 here in the top of the fifth, Game 2, trying to earn the split after dropping a 6-3 decision in Game 1. That pitch in there for a strike from Shaw. So 1-0 is the count here to Perry. She's playing first base. Shaw is inside the circle trying to go the distance here. If she can get a 3-up, 3-down inning, that'll be ball game as that pitch missing outside. 1-1 now is the count here to Perry. It was back-to-back solo home runs, Wolf and Thompson, there in the bottom of the fourth that made it a 9-0 contest. Shaw doesn't like the first pitch, wants to go for the second one. And that pitch missing outside. 2-1 now is the count. Fitty, what do you think about the game so far? Been good for the Indians.
This is a great way to go into the break. Sunday to come back with the same energy. I feel like they're doing pretty good.
That pitch missing low and inside. 3-1 now is the count. Want to remind everybody, come back out next Friday, as tennis will host Jones at 2 o'clock. The men's tennis team picking up a 9-0 win, as that's going to be a walk issued there to Perry. But the Indians picked up a 9-0 win in tennis today over Northwest, and that's going to be a big-time matchup Friday against Jones here in Fulton. And so Friday at 2 will be that start there. And so a leadoff walk starts the inning. This pitch is popped up, foul territory, and nearly hits the PA system down there below us. As 0-1 now with that foul ball. Well, he was joking at first, acting like the ball was coming to him. Then it actually did come to him. So we got to get on him not making the play on the ball. Appreciate Natalie coming by, as she's enjoyed her supper out here, although it was ketchup and rice. She said, don't knock it until you try it.
I don't think I want to try that.
0-2 now is the count after that foul ball. Well, we got a new catcher in the game here for ICC.
I remember in high school I got spiked.
Uh-huh.
Man, that hurt so bad.
That ain't no
she
fun.
got on spikes, and it looked like they're hurting.
So 0-2 pitch on its way. That one in the dirt, blocked up nicely. 1-2 now is the count. I believe that might be Chloe Shelton behind the plate. I can't really pick up that number. It looks like it's 16. The strap on her chest protector is kind of blocking us from being able to see it. That's pitch, line, foul. We'll stay at 1-2.
That's a single-digit number, look like. Well, no, it's not. I take that back. It looked like number 16 for real.
So 16, Chloe is listed as a catcher. So that's what we'll say. If it's not, we apologize. Blame me, not Big Fitty.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
1-2 pitch on its way. This one popped up. Back and out of play. 1-2 now is the count. We're waiting for the women's match to wrap up over there between the Lady Indians and Northwest. So we do want to congratulate once again the men's tennis team for picking up that 9-0 win today over Northwest. Some of the members of the tennis team making their way over here to support ICC in Game 2. That pitch high and outside. 2-2 now is the count.
You think she reached?
Looked like she did, but she was able to hold off on it a little bit. Fitty, that's what I need. I need you Friday, you and get a whole crew up and go cut up at tennis.
I got you.
As there's going to be a line drive. It's going to be over the head of the second baseman, and that's going to go for a hit. And I can now say it. That will break up the no-hitter that Shaw had going through 4+ innings of work.
You want to know something?
What's that?
I never knew how to cheer for tennis, how to understand how to score for tennis. I don't know none of that for tennis.
So I would suggest anytime like our people like react and have a big-time reaction where they're pumped up,
we do it.
Just do it with them.
Okay, I got you. Understood.
As Coach Ernest coming out there to talk to Shaw and try to get everybody back on the same page here. Runners on first and second with no outs, top of the fifth. ICC leading this one 9-0 here. I tried to play tennis in high school. I played mixed doubles. You want to know what I did on my very first serve? Hit my teammate in the back of the head. My coach looked at me and said, man, you should go back to playing golf.
So if they score right here, the game's still over?
Well, if they score 2. If they score 1, then if we get out of the inning with them only scoring 1,
we'll be okay.
Then, yes, it'll be still the run rule victory. This pitch popped up, back and out of play for strike one. This is Barber at the plate. So that is a good point for those that are watching, may not know. If you have a lead of 8 runs or more after 5 innings in softball, it's a run rule victory. ICC currently leading at 9-0, so that means Snead needs to score the runner at first to force this one into beyond the 5th inning. That pitch missing inside for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Well, Fiddy, if you need to go at any time, feel free. Because I know it's almost supper time. You got to go get you some of that rice and ketchup.
I'm not going to the calf. I'm going to pack up, actually.
Okay. As we wait the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike two. 1-2 now is the count. I would ask you what you're up to this weekend, but I don't want you to get in no trouble telling everybody your weekend plans.
Work.
Where you work at?
Foot Locker.
Okay, I knew that. I've seen you out there before. 1-2 now is the count. That pitch missing low and outside. Checked her swing that time. Good eye on the part of Barber. As now the count goes 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Runners at first and second here for Snead in the top of the 5th. This pitch popped up, back and out of play, and we'll stay at 2-2. Snead won the first game of the day after rallying with 4 runs in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, to pick up the 6-3 win in Game 1. Indians trying to earn the split, up 9-0 right now here in the top of the 5th. Off-speed pitch, that one falls off the table a bit too soon, and now the count goes full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Runners at first and second here for the Parsons. This pitch popped up, and it's out. The home plate umpire said something, wasn't sure what he said, but it will be a fly out. And so with 1 out now, this will bring Slayton back to the plate. She flew out to right field in her only at bat so far. So Slayton, so 16 will be coming in for 3 here. So this will be Yarbrough batting instead of Slayton. So Yarbrough will dig in with 1 out. Runners at first and second. This is that first pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 is the count here to Yarbrough. Knight is scheduled up next. As 0-1 now is the count. That pitch inside. 1-1 now is the count here to Yarbrough. Well, the Indians would love to roll 2 here and get a Little Caesars double play and get out of this inning with no damage done and call it a night. Waiting on the 1-1 pitch from Shaw. That one missing outside. Good eye on the part of Yarbrough to hold off on that one. 2-1 now is the count here. Again, runners at first and second here for Snead. 2-1 is the count here to Yarbrough. She's batting in place of Slayton, who was playing in center field. And this one fouled off for strike 2. 2-2 now is the count. Very animated umpire calling that foul ball, or ticked it, as they say. So waiting the 2-2 pitch here from Shaw. This one popped up. Foul territory, giving chase, and we'll get out of play, and we'll stay at 2-2. Well, we mentioned Shaw had 8 strikeouts against Coahoma earlier this week, trying to match that one if she can find a strikeout here. And so the count is 2-2 after that foul ball. Yarbrough will dig in here, trying to spark a rally late in the contest like we saw in Game 1 by the Parsons. Shaw, however, looking for her 8th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. And gets it. Big time Renaissance Bank strikeout there. And that is her 8th of the evening. And that's a good day at the ballpark there, getting that 8 strikeouts. So now 2 outs in the inning. And this will bring Knight to the plate. She walked in her only appearance so far. Thought about swinging that first pitch. It's high and outside for a ball. So 1-0 is the count here tonight. Runners at first and second here for the Parsons. Indians an out away from picking up the win here in game one. That pitch right down the middle for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. See our AD, Dr. Chad Case out there in the golf cart. Looks like he's ready to call it a day. 1-1 pitch, grounder. First baseman will not find it. The throw over is not in time. So that's one that just took an awkward roll as it was going foul and just hit a clump of dirt, rolled back in, and now bases are loaded here for the Parsons as that's going to be an error there on the first baseman. Big time break there for now. The Parsons can get back in this thing with one big swing of the bat. 9-0 is the score, 2 outs. Bases loaded. So that pitch missing low as we go back to the top of the lineup, and this, I believe, is Martin at the plate. And so now bases loaded with 2 outs. And that one missing. 2-0 now is the count. So this is Kaylin Martin at the dish. She's 0 for 2 on the day. A ground out and a strikeout. Bases loaded here for the Parsons, trying to see if they can get the bats fired up here. Instead, that pitch missing low and inside. Now the count is 3-0 with bases loaded and nowhere to put her. So right now, if you're Shaw, you just want to go back and find the strike zone here. Swing and a miss. 3-1 now is the count. So a nice job coming back and getting the swinging strike to force the count to 3-1. Still 2 outs here in the inning, but bases are loaded here for the Parsons. If they can get things going, they could spark a big-time rally. This pitch fouled back, and now the count goes full at 3-2.
I think she's going to get it right here.
You calling a strikeout?
I'm calling a strikeout.
If so, that'll be the 9th of the game for Shaw, possibly season high as well. Have to go back and check the stats here. Waiting the 3-2 pitch here from Shaw. This pitch popped up. Going to give chase. This one's going to get back, and you're safe, Fitty. I thought that one might have a chance to get us. As that one was popped up pretty high. So that foul ball, the count will stay at 3-2. Bases still loaded here in the top of the 5th. ICC leading at 9-0. This one popped up. Over to the right side. Right fielder's going to call everyone off and squeeze it for the out. And ICC will pick up the win by the final score of 9-0. Fitty, appreciate you coming out tonight, calling the game with us. Good luck for the Indians as they get the run rule victory.
Yes, sir.
It may not be the rice and ketchup. It might be the Simple Fat 50 up here on the call. Rifty, appreciate you, man. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Yes, sir.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
What's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Renaissance Bank postgame report. ICC pulls even by the final score of 9-0 here in 5 innings in Game 2 after Snead picks up the 6-3 win in Game 1. Let's take a look at our final line here as Snead, no runs, 1 hit, and 3 errors. ICC, 9 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. Martyr is the pitcher of record for Snead. Shaw goes the distance and gets the win, and she will be our star of the game, brought to you by Samstown Market there in Manatee, as she had 8 Renaissance Bank strikeouts, only 1 hit. She had a no-hitter going through 4+ innings and was able to get out of that bases-loaded jam there to be able to pick up the 9-0 win here in Game 2. The only hit of the day for Snead in game 2 belongs to bowling. She was 1 of 2 on the day. It was a walk and an error that loaded the bases there in the 5th inning, but ICC, as we said, got the fly ball out to right field to wrap things up there. For ICC, Turner was 1 of 3 on the day. She had a single and a run scored. Day Jones was 1 of 2, a single and a run scored. You had Smith, a big day for her in game 1 and game 2. She was 2 for 2 with a 2-run home run, a single, and 2 runs scored. You also had Bri Clemens, who was 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Avery Wolf was 1 for 1 with a solo home run and an RBI. You had Emma Rose Thompson, who was 1 for 2 with a solo home run, RBI, and a run scored as well. She also reached on an error. McLean on the day was 0 for 2 with a walk and an RBI. She drew a bases-loaded walk and eventually did come around to score a part of that 5-run first inning. And then Beckley was 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI and a run scored to go with that single. And then Stegall, 0 for 2 on the day, did reach on an error. Martin, 0 for 2 on the day, reached on an error. Cooper, 0 for 2 on the day as well. That's going to do it. We'll be back here Sunday at 12 as ICC will step back into conference play. And they will take on Pearl River starting at noon. So for Matt Mallard, Raphael Henry, Cal Brown, Big Fitty, I'm Adam Gore saying so long for Fulton. Thanks for tuning in. See you back here on Sunday on the ICC Sports Network.
So when are you going to give me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle and the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.